Oh, baby, it must be Thursday. It must mean it's time to talk about AEW Dynamite. I'm standing in for Big Daddy C, and we about to have a good time, y'all.
All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one.
If it shows.
All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Virgil, back again with another episode of the We Book It podcast. This time, we are talking from the All Elite podcast show. All Elite recap. I'm tweaking. Sorry, y'all. It's been a little bit. Big Daddy C been holding it down for you. But this is the All Elite recap show, and I'm holding it down for Big Daddy C tonight. That's my brother in arms. So when he called me and was like, "Listen, man, I need a day. I need a week off or whatnot to be able to cover the pod," I told him, brother, ain't no thing. I got you, man. So with that being said, that's right. We are here once again talking about All Elite Wrestling, and it is Dynamite, the go home Dynamite before one of the biggest shows of the year for All Elite Wrestling. That's right. All Elite Texas. That's right. If you're not from Texas, if you don't love Texas, then get your Texas out of here. Nah, just playing. But I appreciate each and every last one of you that are tuning into this episode. Hey, do us a favor. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Subscribe to the We Book It podcast channel. Guys, we are constantly giving you all the up-to-date content. And then, of course, we do our Sunday night variety show hosted by yours truly. And we talk all things wrestling that's going on throughout the week. But you don't want to miss an episode of a show. Hey, just catch up with us, y'all. We got all the content for you. You can also catch us on Twitch. You can also follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on X. We Book It everywhere, guys. That's right. We Book It podcast show. And I appreciate each and every last one of you. Me, Fritos, Coach, Big Daddy C, and Tank all appreciate you for tuning in and watching our content. Now, with that being said, that's right. Let's talk about Dynamite coming in the July 9th go home edition of Dynamite at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland, Texas. It's a huge week for AEW wrestling, right? John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli is going to team up with the Young Bucks to face Hangman Adam Page, Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata. And we'll see what happens with that. There's so much more going on, the Hurt Syndicate and all these things. But we start the show off with the biggest match, the biggest feud, and the biggest star in AEW right now. And no, I'm not talking about Mercedes Moné. I'm talking about Timeless Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné in a face-off for the last time before All In. These guys are set for an epic showdown that I know you guys cannot wait to see. So Mercedes Moné heads to the ring and awaits Timeless Toni Storm, who first appeared on the Titantron before heading to the squared circle. The two traded words, and the Timeless one clearly frustrated the CEO. Then a brawl broke out, and Monet quickly slipped away. This first promo exchange between the two was stronger, but this one was still pretty engaging. They both sold what makes them different, despite their very, very actually similar past success. Storm continues to show why she is one of the best promos in the business, carrying deep emotion behind her old school cadence. She talks to you like this, and she shuts you up, and she makes a whole bunch of comments about how she's a lesbian or bisexual. Like I said, while there are other big matches on the card, this by far is the biggest match at All In. Personally, I think this should close the show. But then again, what do I know? So like I said, the two women started with a champagne toast, and then like I said, it went to hell from there. Um, Toni Storm called her a fraud, not showing her true emotions in anything that she does. The best line was Tony Storm saying, "Legacies don't exist. Mercedes, we're all going to die. You fear an ordinary life, but the only thing I fear is an ordinary death." Uh, so then we move on from there to Kyle Fletcher and Konsuke Takashita versus Brody King and Bandito. After Brody King and Kyle Fletcher wiped each other out on the outside, Kosinaku Takashita caught Bandito mid corkscrew with a forearm smash into the raging fire for the victory. This was an unsurprising, great match, pitting four of AEW's best right now against each other. Um, you could literally see Takashita and Fletcher winning tag gold, taking it from Bobby Lashley, who after they helped MJF win the AEW World Championship, you guys do know he's gonna turn on him, right? And he's gonna take that AEW World Championship from MJF. No matter what, though, Fletcher and Takashita continue to deliver at the highest level. Bandito is putting some of his best matches right now, and King is not missed in the ring in a long time. In this notable moment, Don Callis joined the commentary and made clear he was only talking to Taz as the only man who could actually draw money at the table, which is hilarious. But Taz did draw money for ECW. Don't forget it. The Outrunners delivered a pre-tape promo promising to keep getting better. FTR and the Patriarchy versus the Outrunners and Jet Speed was announced for Collision. And then in a backstage interview, FTR did not show respect to the Patriarchy, said the team should be in the AEW World Tag Team Championships match at All In. Next up, we got Ricochet versus Blake Christian, which we will talk about Ricky more on Sunday's show because he has some stuff to say about the current feud between WWE and AEW. He really is digging in deep into this AEW thing. I sincerely hope they stay afloat and don't end up going under because otherwise he's screwed. With that being said, Blake Christian pushed Ricochet more than expected in this match. The Gate of Agony played a vital role in protecting the one and only, setting up a spirit gun and vertigo for the win. Ricochet's been on a little bit of a hot streak with the wins lately, man. Like I said, he's still been putting on those same great matches. As wish somebody would take his damn social media away from him. Before this, Christian delivered a pre-tape promo before the match declaring Johnson was not cleared to wrestle after Ricochet and the Gates of Agony attack. The Gates of Agony arrived late, distracting Vanilla Baby just as he was starting to take over the action. Christian got close to the win with the springboard 450 splash. Then Vanilla Baby went after Bishop Khan and Toa Liona outside, even walking on over their backs to get back to the apron. Cool moments in that match. Next up, we have MJF being called out by Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe took MJF's best shots and seemed to take it in stride until the salt of the earth turned praise for Jay Briscoe into a horrific line that it should have been Mark in the accident instead of his brother. A brawl then immediately broke out before Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley arrived, only to face the wrath of their all-in challengers Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. The other challengers, the Patriarchy, arrived to also beat down the Hurt Syndicate. Christian hit Lashley with a pair of concertos to the leg. The champions were both laid out. Few men in wrestling risk going over the line more than MJF. Even when Mark called out that he knew his rival was going to go low, the Assault of the Earth still went lower. That's right. MJF hit him with a terrible last line. We'll just have to see what happens with the Hurt Syndicate in this moment. Like I said, Bobby Lashley might be injured. We'll see what happens. They might be a feign injury or it might be a real injury. We'll see. Hurt Syndicate found out Jet Speed stole their AEW Tag Team Championships. It did not come out with MJF for his talkie talk. Briscoe called out MJF's redneck mockery and did not hurt him because he was proud of his life, family, and his friends. The word of the day is bankrupt because MJF is morally bankrupt. He has no effing soul whatsoever. Mark called out MJF talking down to Jay, but the Salt of the Earth turned it around by saying Jay is an all-time great wrestler and a person. So, MJF is always going to go low. He has no shame in going low, and he will constantly mention the things that piss wrestlers off the most. Gonna be a good showing in that battle royale. We'll see what happens. The casino battle royale. But again, MJF is gonna win it because he has to get back to the Triple B because he has to lose it to Bobby Lashley. Don't forget, I was the one that told y'all that. Megan Bain was simply too powerful, and as she took on three other opponents for a number 2 spot in the women's casino gauntlet. Um, she took the best of Queen Amanita Thekla and Tay Mello. She caught Amanita with a running power bomb for the victory. And yeah, like I said, she defeated them to earn the number 2 spot in the women's casino gauntlet. Statlander watched in the crowd to see who would meet her and to start the gauntlet. Mello came out to a new theme for her first singles match since returning. Bane caught Thekla off the ropes and threw her onto Mello and Amanita outside, and then dived onto all 3 women. Definitely some hot spots in the match. Then backstage, Renee Paquette tried to interview Thekla, but Anamina attacked her. Mark Briscoe arrived to promise to hurt and maybe even kill MJF. Gonna have to see that one through, but nobody could kill MJF. Uh, Next up, we got Samoa Joe versus Wheeler Yuta. These two groups have been going back and forth. Obviously, you know the Death Riders and Samoa Joe's crew have beef. Wheeler Yuta tried everything in his power to beat Samoa Joe, but the Samoan submission machine always had an answer. He reversed the pin attempt into the Coquina clutch for the win. After the win, Gabe Kidd arrived to attack Joe from behind until Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata sent them running. This was good, but AEW continues to deliver such a high level in the ring that good does not feel like enough. This was simply forgettable in comparison to what else delivered throughout the night. The crowd didn't even wait for the bell to start chanting "Joe's gonna kill you" in this one. Next up, we had the Death Riders and Young Bucks versus the Ops, Hangman Page, and Will Ospreay. So, Hangman Page looked unstoppable when he was involved, but John Moxley managed to get around him by winning with a bulldog choke to Shibata. Afterward, the Death Riders choked out the Cowboy and Will Ospreay until Swerve Strickland arrived in a power shovel to destroy Matt and Nick Jackson's limousine. The energy in the arena for this match was like nothing else on the night. The fans were completely into it and going crazy for this match. Um, like I said, Moxley, Casanoli, and the Young Bucks did win this match. Backstage, Mox warned Hangman he would need to truly outlast him at All In to earn the world title because this was nothing like their last match. Hangman got the biggest reaction of the night. He is right now, outside of maybe Swerve, the biggest babyface in the game. Castagnoli and Max finally got Hobbs out of the way with a double power bomb through a table. In the post-match brawl, Castagnoli caught Hangman with the mid-buck shot with the European uppercut. Really cool moment. But the Cowboy bounced back with the clothesline. The Bucks came out to check out their limo and took Swerve and took a Swerve stomp in the parking lot for their troubles. And that right there, folks, was your AEW All Elite Dynamite recap. Yeah, man, All In is I almost said it too. All In is this Saturday. Do not want to miss that. It will be going head to head with Evolution, and then WWE that night has Saturday night's main event. And you know WWE's whole plan is to outlast AEW in the ratings, as well as to be talked more about on social media. So you know WWE is going to pull out all the stops. I honestly expect a cash in at Saturday night's main event because of what's going to happen and how WWE wants to steal the headlines. So I expect Seth Rollins probably to cash in and win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther after Saturday night's main event. So that's just my prediction. But AEW has a very, very strong show. You should definitely watch All In. It's going to be a great show. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But once again, I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to these All Elite recap. Big Daddy C will be back with you next week. Until next time, keep those booking pencils sharp. Keep on booking, y'all. Remember to watch Fritos tomorrow for the SmackDown Rebound, Low Down, Hold Down, Mow Down, Toe Down, Whoa Now recap.